going to move from the sin aspect and go to some very depths of sin where people manipulate sin.
Okay.
Sin manipulation.
Wow.
All right. So, according to the scriptures, in 1 Corinthians 15:56 and in Romans 8, the verse number 1,
Okay.
we understand that sin, when it is enforced and is strengthened, then we now see that there is the law.
Okay.
Because he says the sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. So it is the law that strengthens sin.
Okay.
Somebody now says that, are you talking about the law of Moses, or you are talking about a law?
Okay.
I'm not talking about the law of Moses. When you read Romans 8 verse 1 and you read 1 Corinthians 15 verse 56, don't think about the law of Moses, because that is not what Paul was communicating.
Okay.
In Romans 8 1, he says that there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. The verse 2. Now, then he says, for the law of the spirit of life in Christ Jesus had made me free from the law of sin and death.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people, when they read this, think that he was talking about the law of Moses. And that until the law of Moses came, sin had no strength.
Okay.
But that is not it at all. To break it down, I'm just going to be reading scriptures so that we understand how sin is formulated.
Okay.
Remember that we've done sin, we've done transgression, and then we've done iniquity. Okay. So in Proverbs 5, the verse 22, and chapter 29, the verse 6, there is a beautiful exposition of the scriptures that reveals when sin becomes a law.
A law.
Because the strength of sin is the law.
Is the law.
So sin is enforced and strengthened, is empowered by the law.
By the law.
Okay. So in Proverbs 5:22, can you read for us?
His own iniquities.
Okay. So we've moved from sin, transgression, and he's starting us from iniquities. He said his own iniquities
shall take the wicked himself.
So a wicked man has iniquities.
Okay.
His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself.
Okay. And he shall be holding with the cords of his sins.
All right. So whenever we are looking at iniquity, we are not just looking at a sinner.
Okay.
We are looking at a particular individual that the Bible refers to as wicked.
Wicked.
Because iniquity actually is a nurturing that takes over your nature.
Nature. Okay.
So a person having the nature of sin is totally different from one that has been nurtured in sin.
Sin. Okay.
So when the sin nature is now brewed, is now, let's say, matured, trained to its full-blown state of maturity, then at that point in time, we know that the person has become wicked because of his iniquities. Because iniquity is a bend that is within a person. It's enforced in the blood. It's enforced in the nurturing. It has geopolitical effect. It is the way a people have been cultured. Okay, so when you say culturing, the cult of a people is their iniquity.
Okay.
How they have been cultured, how they have been cultivated, how they have been raised is their iniquity. So iniquity is a nurturing of the sin act nature that is in a man. So the person commits the sin, then now the person transgresses a commandment, which is a law. Then now the person now comes to the place where he is bound. Now this binding, he says, his own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, not the sinner. When you say somebody is wicked, you are referring to a sinner who has been nurtured and mastered.
Okay.
With the art, the technology, the ways, the ins and outs of sin.
Okay.
Until obi say me, who name me all?
Trimudin.
Me trimudin.
Sorry, okay.
Say, uni mia, anga untwitwa me na uni mbone a wo mitirimu. Ade a metumi dia ye wo. Uni misu, uni mi anka wo medi agro mfa mi ni agro, uni mi nipa ban wo. At that point in time, ye nyina ye bone.
Okay.
Onipa biara oba wi asem no, oye bone yefo.
That's the sin nature.
Sin nature.
Okay.
Then so otrimodenfo ne obi a yatete ne bonim. Amana do suko e wo bonim.
Okay.
He's a person that has been raised, nurtured, and matured in sin.
Wow.
Then such a person is referred to as the wicked.
The wicked.
Now, wicked no, yomu ahodo mienu to miensa nti ebeba ho.
Okay.
Enti Oshasi and say his own iniquities shall take the wicked himself.
Okay.
Enti a wicked person has iniquity.
Okay.
He's not just somebody who is transgressing a commandment. He's not somebody who is missing a mark by way of committing an error.
An error.
He's committed an error. He's been brought to book that what he did is wrong and has been told not to do it again. He has transgressed the commandments that was given to him.
Okay.
And now has now given himself over to do and commit that atrocity of sin.
Okay.
And pleasures and delights in mastering them. And ranks himself according to the 3 realms of wickedness.
My goodness.
Into wickedness, general wickedness of iniquity.
Okay.
And the witchcraft of iniquity.
Okay.
And the sorcery of iniquity.
These are the 3 levels.
3 levels of wickedness.
Wow.
Enti obi no na wa ye bone na ye kire no se ade o ye ne nye na onya obi ma ne tete no e wo bone mu onya spiritual father of sin.
Okay.
E ma ne kire no se ne ye di bone. Enti sebio empredias amani susum na so se wo ba ene be ma e be kodem enye obi na kire akola
Debbie.
nanso sa nimde no abra abofra ne nyini no otumi kohia nadamfo bi na afa de wo kire no emu nsem a anka ni sa abofra ehu.
Okay.
Abofra no nam ho no eniam egu ni tiri mu no ese ne papa obu atopade wo no.
That's a small boy danger. Keys.
Keys bro papa obu atopade wo no.
Okay.
Se ye de ne papa gina ha ade abofra ni nim e wo mpem no o papa ne o maame kra o munya bi da hu no bi da. Nenso abofra no obi nkyira abofra nyame nenso wenye obi ama na tete no ama na dosuko e wo bone a eye dwaman emu.
Okay.
At this point in time, no, abofra will enter into baby or ye akoye onipa bi a friend wicked.
Okay.
The moment I'll be wicked, no. Bible say at this point in time, sin has become a rope.
Okay.
Inti boni etumi chichiri obi. Inti we can Proverbs 5:22 now. After the law, no. When did sin become a law?
A law.
So his own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holding with the cords of his sins.
Wow.
At this point in time, no bonina ababe ya homa ebe chichiri no